I spent $1 million of my own income last year because I value freedom more than anything else. Freedom and my security for myself and my family and everything else around me. So let me break down what exactly I did. So I bought a brand new house for about $800,000 here in Houston, Texas, and paid it in cash. I also bought 2 brand new cars, one for myself and one for the wife, which is 2 Teslas, which adds up to be about another $100,000 cash. I also bought my mom a car, and my wife's parents bought them a bunch of furniture, which is also about another $100,000. Bought a whole bunch of watches, jewelry, etc., for myself, just for things that would be nice, cool, and other little things to splurge on, right? But you can see the estimate of that's $800,000 for the house, $100,000 for cars, another $100,000 for things for parents, right? Plus extra things. I spent the $1 million in that. But you know what that basically meant? That meant the house is paid off, the cars are paid off, and they're both new. That means there's little to no excessive expenses that are gonna come out of my actual bank account. So when you really think about it, I'm free, technically. And I would imagine that's the goal for most of you all. Because for me, I basically broke things down in this realm, and I hope you can actually understand what I'm getting at. And this is not to brag. This is to help you, because you need the same thought process. I'm not saying you need $1 million to go buy the exact thing I'm saying, but you need to actually have an identifiable number of what you need. So as an example, you personally get a piece of paper and write this out right now. How much is your current mortgage that you have on a monthly basis? Let's just say, for sake of example, it's $2,000. Hypothetically, let's just say it's $2,000. I don't care if you're in California, etc., whatever. Let's say it's $2,000. Let's say plus your other expenses for the house and whatever other things you need to live, and maybe other bills that you have. Let's just say it's another $1,000, hypothetically. So your bare minimum to live is hypothetically $3,000 a month in this scenario. I'm not talking about you going out to dinner and all this crap. I'm just saying if it was done. So if it's $3,000 a month, cool. The average age of a person that looks at my channel is about 40. So if we're being realistic, again, this is not the average age, but let's just say you live another 40 years to be 80 before you die. So that means you have 40 more years left. So you have $3,000 a month is what you need. Times that by 12. So you need $36,000 as a base to have bare minimum necessities. Times that, and this is staying in the same house, etc., nothing changes. Times that by 40, you need 1.4 million. 1.44? Yeah, 1.4 million basically. So here's the nice thing about seeing this as 1.4. The nice thing is that you actually have a goal now. Because technically, exclude inflation, etc., if you want to include inflation, to add a couple another $100,000. I don't care. Don't overcomplicate it. But technically, what you need in your bank is 1.4. So mathematically calculate that where if you're doing trading and you can make, let's say, again, 2, 3, 4 grand per trade, how many trades you need to do in order to get to the 1.4. So again, let's just continue on with it, right? If you need 1.4 and every trade that you generally do, let's just say you make about $3,000 per trade, or we'll say $2,000 per trade. Make it even simpler. So for that to happen, you need 720 actual trades where you can make $2,000. Now think about that. For you to quote unquote retire, you need 720 trades that are profitable to hit your exact goal. So you have 40 years to do it. Is it really that difficult to make 720 trades in 40 years? Divided by hypothetically 40, because again, 40 years, you need 18 profitable trades a year for it to actually work. Now, how simple is this actually clicking? So the real question is, how quickly can you get to the point to where you can make $2,000 per trade? And if you can make $2,000 per trade and you don't want to retire in 40 years, then if 18, this is getting fun actually, if 18 a year is the goal to get to that, then you can literally double it and say, well, if we do times 2, was it 36? 36 trades in a year, only 36, then you can retire in 20 years if you keep the consistency up. And still, it's only 36. I'm sure a lot of y'all could do much faster than that, right? So it's not that complicated. And that's why it's technically, when you look at the math, it's not that hard to get 1.4 million, even when you're day trading. But the problem with day trading is that everyone wants to 1.4 million today or tomorrow or next week. I'm saying hypothetically, what if it took you 10 years or 20 years? Maybe. But for the first year, 2 years, maybe even 3 years, you barely made any money because you focused on consistent profitability. And you're like, okay, every single day, can I just make $1 consistently? Because if I can just make $1 consistently, maybe I can, and that's at like an 80% win ratio, hypothetically, then that means I can make more money consistently if I just put more money actually in each trade. Because it's the same trade, you're just stressing out because you don't see money. Forget the money. You have the goal, break it down mathematically of how many trades you need, and then just focus on being consistent. If you're consistent, the money will come anyway as a byproduct because you're being bored of making $1 a day. You're going to put more money in as an afterthought, and just more money keeps coming in. And you can get your 720 trades extremely easily. So again, I paid off $1 million in stuff that I bought last year because I realized, because of the math, I can become freedom from a debt perspective and freedom from a bank account perspective, because I still had money in there that no matter what, I could actually have stuff that's protected.